Alright, Dan.
Dan.
Do it with Stan's.
Do it with Dan.
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 Do it with Dan. Do it with Dan.
Do it with Dan.
Do it with Dan. Dan.
This is Do It With Dan. You're doing it with me. Oh, fucking hey, YouTube. I miss this so much. Oh. Woohoo! Oh, that feels so good. Words can't even describe how I feel right now. Oh, I miss that. Probably need to zip tie that really bad, or like soon before that falls off, because it's gonna. What do you guys fucking think, man? Back on the F4i. Dude, it's been forever since I've ridden, like actually ridden a motorcycle. It's been a little over 2 months. I can't believe I'm back already, you know? I broke both my feet. Well, I broke toes in my right foot, 3 metatarsals in my left foot, in case you guys are unfamiliar with what happened exactly. And that was almost exactly 2 months ago. Fucking hey, here I am, guys. I'm back. I'm back. Do It With Dan is back. So just to let you know, I probably won't be doing any wheelies, at least not for a while. I need to change the way I was driving. You know, I mean, with the way I rode, you guys saw my videos. I've got videos of me doing 120 mile an hour wheelie, shit like that. And I'm gonna kind of hold off on that for a little while. I need to get comfortable again, and I need to, you know, I'm still uncertain about this bike. As you can see, the RPM gauge doesn't work, so I have no idea what the tachometer doesn't work, so I have no idea what speed I'm doing. I know what speed I am, I just don't know my tach. So I have to go by ear, which is no big deal. You know, I know bikes well enough to know when to shift, and it has a shift light that works, I'm pretty sure. Let's talk about the F4i for a bit. I didn't really talk about it that much. There's a lot of things that I'm not certain about that I don't really like. The first obviously would be the handlebars for me. You know, I don't feel like they sit in a good position. I don't know how else to describe it. Like, they feel like they're sitting, you know, down here is where you normally want to sit. Like, you normally want to sit down here. And that bike leans to the left a lot. So I've got that going for me. The bike's leaning to the right, whatever. I mean, it's not hard to keep up when I'm driving normal, so whatever. It leans. It could be a tire issue. That's not a big deal. The handlebars, they sit up really high. It's almost like bicycle handlebars. It feels like. It may not look like it. It's kind of hard to spot. But they certainly feel like they're sitting up higher than normal. So maybe the bike was lowered in the front or something like that. Explain the lean to the left a little bit. I don't know. I've been about 120 on it so far. And it's got a little bit of vibration. Right now I'm on my way to the shop actually, because I need to get this front rotor taken care of. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about, but when you brake with the front brake, the front rotors are warped is what it is. See if I can show you guys. Okay, so you watch the vibrations? Yeah. So that definitely needs to be taken care of. Most people would fucking lose their shit if they saw their bike do that. I'm like, ah, whatever. I'm just happy to be back on 2 wheels, guys. $2 grand, man, for an F4i. And it feels fucking great, man. It's not straight piped. It's got a straight pipe on it, but it's got some sort of baffle on it. It's gotta be, because it's not that loud. I mean, it's loud, don't get me wrong, but it's not like ear-deafeningly loud. It shifts great though, like the what's it called? The clutch in this thing is really good, which is one of the reasons why I was happy to buy this bike, is because the clutch was great. The heat, I noticed on my ride home yesterday, drove it all the way home from Savannah the day I bought it in the rain, and my old F4i would cruise comfortably about 170, 180 degrees, and the bike did that for a long time, and then it eventually hit like it started getting a little bit warmer, where it started to run at maybe like 180, 190. I hit 200 once or twice on interstate cruising, which I'm not totally cool with. So I need to flush the radiator. I definitely need to flush the radiator, do the brakes, do an oil change. Those are the first 3 things that I usually do when I buy another motorcycle. And I'll be honest with you guys, I probably don't plan to have this bike for very long. One of the things that I'm good at is buying and flipping and selling motorcycles. I'm really good at that. I sold my last F4i for $3,500 in similar condition to what this is right now. So, if I know anything about bikes, which I do, I should be able to get a good decent amount of money on this. It's a running bike, and it very solid. I haven't had any issues. I drove it for an hour and a half straight in between traffic, on the road when it was raining, and interstate without any issues. Zero. I mean, you know, there's obviously the things like the handlebars. What else? So the handlebars are an issue. I can fix that. This needs to be tightened down something fierce, like now, actually. I need to adjust the handlebars a little bit better to get them more comfortable. Fix the heating problem. Maybe adjust the clutch levers, because, like, I mean, you give it anything and it goes. Guys, thanks for letting me go. Oh, that feels good. Oh man, it feels good to be back on two fucking wheels. As you notice, I'm wearing my gear. All of it. Gloves, jacket, everything. Because I'm going to start kind of sporting the rep ATGATT, which stands for all the gear all the time. You go down, you lose all your skin with third-degree burns, and suddenly gear starts to seem like it's worth it. Now, I did think it was straight piped. It's very loud, but it's not unbearably loud at cruising speeds, which leads me to think that there is some sort of baffle in that little pipe. Can be a big one, but there's one. So man, what do you guys think? I know it's a little ghetto. The bike is definitely ghetto. I mean, green flames on a black paint job, whatever. Honestly, the flames don't look awful. Not a bad looking paint scheme. It's just not my style. The chrome, it's really, I'm not a big fan of chrome. I've never really liked chrome. I usually prefer matte black or gloss black over chrome. A lot of you guys are asking me what I'm going to do to the bike, if I'm going to paint or anything like that. And if you haven't seen my helmet, I drew all over it. I've painted it and I drew all over it. See if you can see it in the mirror there. I drew all over it. It looks pretty good, in my opinion. And I want to do that with this bike at one point or another. Maybe just like sections of it, like paint sections of it white and then draw all over it. Oh man, let's test these brakes. Oh, they work pretty good, I guess. For being shitty brakes, they work. So that's kind of the idea, like maybe like one white stripe and then graffiti it with a Sharpie or something like that. Kind of an idea that I've had. These guys right here, man. I don't know if they're open on Saturdays. I guess they are. Howdy. Doing good. Y'all open today? Oh, sweet. You guys are the business. Okay. So the parts that they suggested in here, he was looking up all the parts that he could order, and they're a little bit high for my taste. You know, $220 per rotor seems a little bit high. So I'm gonna go home and order my own rotors and then bring them here. But these guys here do a good job. We did tighten up my controls for me and adjust them. It's kind of nice, and I can run with that front brake for a little while. That's not a big deal. It's just a little wobbly. Front brake's a little roobly. Tell you what, man, I miss being on a bike so bad. I'm glad to be here. I need to throw some fucking zip ties, aka fairing fixers. But he did say the handlebars seem normal to him. It's not my style, but maybe I just got ruined by my R6. I didn't have it for very long, but I got used to the way the handlebars felt. Maybe it's because they're shitty vortexes. I don't know. Let's talk about the bikes that I was gonna buy. I almost bought over this bike. Because I've looked at like 1,000 bikes almost. I swear to God, it's like a lot of bikes I've looked at. If you guys keep up with my Facebook, and I highly suggest you do, if you like my content, you should go over and check out my Facebook. I put it in the description. I'm putting like a link to it right here, or whatever, I'm sure. And then you can also go to my YouTube channel and click on my Facebook link on there and talk with my viewers. I answer a lot of messages and questions on my Facebook. So go check it out, blah, blah, blah. Enough plugging. The reason I say bring up my Facebook is if you kept up to date with it, you saw that I was gonna go buy a bike a couple days ago down in Jacksonville. And I had the money in hand, everything like that. I was ready to go buy it. And I got down there and the turning was just ridiculously hard. Like you couldn't hardly turn. It was just so like fucking like really just everything I had. It felt like I had a steering damper on it that was cranked all the way up. That's exactly how it felt. But there wasn't a steering damper on it. So I almost bought it. I was like, you know what? I can adjust it, loosen the bearing or something on it. It'll be easier to whatever. And I started inspecting the front forks because he said it was probably because of the bald tire, which the tire wasn't that bald, all right? It wasn't it wasn't freaking just absolutely bald. So I reset this. I don't want kilometers. Damn it. Well, fuck you. You know, maybe I misunderstood this bike. Maybe it's quicker than I thought. Anyway, so I started looking at the forks. One of the eye joints that holds the front wheel in place through a bar was snapped in half almost. Like it was already busted at the top and it was getting ready to fall off. And me and Frank looked at it. He's the guy that drove me down there. He's a good friend of mine. Drove me down there and we both looked at it and said, fuck that, you can keep it. So I didn't buy that. I also looked at a Gixxer 600 and a couple of CBR 600s as well, and one or two R6s and an R1. These were all what I thought were in my price range. Turned out that I couldn't pull it off. I didn't buy the Gixxer 600 because the dude was being a fucking asshole. Let me tell you about this guy, right? It was a baby blue Gixxer 600 it was like a 2004. It was the first year that they switched from that triangle headlight to that upright headlight, you know? And I was looking at it and it was pretty, it had a decent amount of miles on it. It was a little scratched up, but you know, like, obviously I don't care about the scratches on a bike. So, I was like contacting the guy. I said, hey man, would you take $2,000 for the bike? He's like, yeah, I'll take $2,000. And I was like, all right. You've got all the fairings and stuff like that? And he's like, yeah, I've got the fairings, they're just not on the bike. All right. And, all right, can we meet Thursday? I took Thursday off so I could meet him. And he's like, yeah, we can meet Thursday. So I took Thursday off to meet this fucker. So I call him the night before just to make sure, like, hey man, everything all right? We're heading down to West Jacksonville tomorrow to come and see you and get the bike. And he's like, no, bro, I gotta work. I'm like, what the fuck? I took specific days off. You said that we could meet today. He's like, no, I gotta work today. I was like, all right. You got, how about I meet you at work? I can buy the bike from you there. He's like, all right. And I said, you do have the fairings with you, and you just bring the fairings with you. He's like, I don't have the fairings. I'm like, what? And he sent me pictures he didn't have the fairings. I'm like, all right, no big deal. I can buy fucking fairings later. I just want a bike. And then he goes, what did we agree on? What price? I said, we agreed on $2,000. I've got it here in my text messages. We agreed on $2,000. And he goes, nah, man, I can't go that low. And I said, well, fucking keep it. Fuck you, asshole. I'm like sitting there jumping hoops for you just to get the fucking bike that's a piece of shit anyway. Fuck you. Keep your piece of shit Gixxer 600, you fucking asshole. I was pissed. And then I hung up. And that's the story of how Dan bought this bike. You know, whatever, I guess. This is my 6th bike I've owned. I've owned 6 bikes now. Can you believe that? 6 of them. Alright, are you happy I did a fucking wheelie? And I'm not proud of that. I'm super not proud of that. It was a really small one too. It was like, so not proud of that. Let's do a walk around. So like this is what $2,000 will buy you. Right here. Go on. I'll beat you. I'll beat you, I swear. Nice Gixxer. But yeah, this is it, man. Needs a lot of cleaning and a lot of elbow grease, but this thing will be a good bike when I get done with it. A lot of elbow grease. I mean, like, all of the elbow grease. What, it does have a power commander. Oh shit, it's got a power commander. That's cool. Look, power commander. Yeah, buddy. You guys were asking if I ever finished drawing on the helmet. For those who are updated on my Facebook, this is what I did to it. Buckle up. Breaking Bad. Hashtag Swag City. Pop the Molly, I'm sweetin', because I fucking can't spell. $1,000, Bonerville, USA. Just do it with Dan. Gixxer, youtube.com/do it with Dan. Yeah, buddy. Jax, isn't it great for me to be back on two wheels? Isn't it great? Isn't it great? You want to be a parrot? Come on, up. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? He's my little parrot.